Let me tell you about my first international solo trip. Hi, my name is Adeze, and you're welcome to my channel where I talk about travel, lifestyle, and finance. I arrived Mexico City and it already felt so welcoming. I took an Uber and went straight to my hotel. My room was so cozy and very lovely. It overlooked the street. I had to freshen up and go for my first event of the evening, which was Lucha Libre. I had some tacos. Lucha Libre is like the wrestling match that they usually have in Mexico City from time to time. This was the weekend. I heard that the Fridays were the most interesting ones, so I opted for Fridays, booked on Viator. That's another app for like events and things around. And I went there. I spent about 2.5 hours there, and it was time to go home. I'm going to see the pyramids, Teotihuacan. I think that's what it's called. It's going to be very fun, very interesting. I'm really looking forward to it as well. So I'll take you all along. We got on our way around 5 a.m., arrived there and were offered coffee, did some registrations, weight check, and some other things. And then it was time to be up in the air. It was so beautiful. Getting up there felt so surreal. It's something I've always wanted to do. And I was so glad to be able to take off this event from my bucket list. It wasn't scary at all. For whatever reason, I didn't feel any form of fear. Caught some sunrise. I love me a good sunrise and sunsets. It was very lovely up there. We were up in the air for about 30 to 45 minutes, and I got talking with some other people on the hot air balloon as well. There was a number of us, I believe about 20 on my ride. We flew over the Teotihuacan pyramids, the pyramid of the sun and the moon. I made some cute videos afterwards as it was drawing close to the time where we had to come down, and then we got back on the bus and drove to the cave where we were about to have breakfast. This was me just getting ready to enter into the cave, and we sat down. We had like a whole table with a tour group, and there was this performance that came on after. It was from the natives in the town, and it reminded me so much of some dances from home. I'm Nigerian and I moved to the US about 4 years ago, so this is just me documenting my life since then. This dance performance was very beautiful, and in between all of these we had our breakfast, and then we went to the area where we had this little lecture about different drinks in the city. This was me on shot number 5 for the day. Then we also had another lecture about precious stones and metals like obsidian and a couple other things. And we got to the hardest part of the trip, picking out a magnet. We got back into the bus and continued our ride to the pyramids, where I took some pictures. I'm here at the Pyramid of the Moon. Might do some climbing today. It's so beautiful. It's so hot. Okay, you can say that I'm up here. And you can hear you. I'm so tired. It was 50. Well, 50 all at once was like the size of 2 steps as one. So let me say 100. I did it. See how beautiful it is from up here. You see everything. The view from the top of the pyramid was amazing. And then it was time to go back to the hotel. I got back to my room, freshened up, took a nap, woke up, and went to Salon Palomila. That's a bar. I believe it was about 6 minutes walk from my hotel. And they usually require reservations, but I didn't make one because I didn't know. So I got there and had to just hang out around the bar. I did that for about an hour plus, and the following day was another very early morning. We got on the way around 4 a.m. and caught some sunrise again. This was me just super tired. I had to sleep on the ride. Today was day 3 and we were going to Grutas de Tolantongo. It's located in Hidalgo, which was a good 4 hours away from Mexico City where I was staying. The entry into the area reminded me so much of Zion National Park in Utah, in the USA. My group arrived there around 8:30 a.m. and first thing we did was to have breakfast at the famous breakfast spot Las Palomas. After eating, we changed into our swimwears and began the hike to the first part, which was the waterfall and the caves. Waterfall, 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 more waterfall. It was so cold just coming down, like rushing down there. And we had to like get in, and I believe we stayed in the waterfall area for about 45 minutes. That water is hot, that particular one. I got to hang around for just a little longer, and then it was time to go into the tunnel. This was so hot. I was hyperventilating. I had to run away. Then we went into the lazy river, spent some time there, took some pictures again. Someone stole my towel, but trust me to get my stuff back. I'm going to the pool now. Also, side note, not good, but damn. So there's been no network since halfway like into the trip coming from Mexico City to Hidalgo. And I'm sure that all my family members have been texting and calling and stressing their heads, their pretty little heads. Oh my God, Lisa is in Mexico. Has she been kidnapped? Oh my God, we've not heard from her. Oh my God, this, oh my God, that. But I'm fine. So, anyways, that's just a little update. It's what, 11:10 a.m. now. Still have some time to spend here before we go to the pool. I'm okay. I'm fine, guys. I'm actually okay. You know, the only thing to beware of here is the rocks in the river. Nothing too serious. Oh, and the sidewalks. Yeah. I almost sprained my ankle on 3 different occasions. Damn, guys. Anyways, again, I'm having the absolute best time of my life. Oh, this trip has been so fun. So we reached the pool and it was an Instagram versus reality check-in. It was so packed, too many people. Well, I managed to snag one cute little corner and took like a ton of pictures, and then it was time to go home. It took us about 5 hours to get back to my hotel, and then it was time to get my first tattoo. I signed a bunch of papers, agreed on positioning and size of the stencil with my tattoo artist. Then it was time to get on with it. It took about 15 minutes. It was very quick because it was a small tattoo anyway. I got that done. It wasn't painful, honestly. It just felt like 1,000 needles prickling me at once, like tap, 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 like that. So I did it. It's right here. Yeah, okay. Rewarded myself with some Starbucks and churros and go back to my room for skincare before bedtime. Woke up the following morning realizing it was time to go back home, and honestly, that was not the best feeling. Mexico gave me everything and more, and I believe I'll be visiting again. I caught some sunrise. Also, Mexico is really big on football. There were pictures of some players and a big football just outside the airport. I got in, took some pictures before security, got some food, walked around, checked out duty free, and I believe I bought some magnets at this shop as well. And then it was really time to go home. What you see here is the face of a very fulfilled traveler. I took a nap on the flight, as I do almost every time, and also just listened to some Michael Jackson music. My flight landed, I did the long walk to border control, got back in, and that brings us to the end of this video. I will see you in my next one. Thank you.